Okay, they say we're good. So, Golden Idols, everybody. They played the first set of the night. Really amazingly, well, I believe our producer, Matty P, described it as a lo-fi surf, which is pretty good. I don't think I can beat that. It's amazingly restrained, it's heated, but it's got slow vocals, and it's a hell of a formula, I gotta say. And I'm just wondering, does this come out of your punk backgrounds? Where is this coming from? Where's the name come from? Just here, I'm just gonna step away now.
The name comes from a couple of things. Primarily, it's two things. It's the opening from Indiana Jones, and also it's partially comes from the fact that I at least grew up pretty religious, and did the whole. My family ran a youth group for a couple of years, and we were very into the church, and most of them still are, but I over the years grew away from it, and so I like the whole sacrilegious element of
So it's a little bit golden calf.
a little bit, yeah,
Okay.
a little bit 12 Commandments, a little bit Indiana Jones, a little bit sacrilege.
Right. Are there 12 now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
10 Commandments,
12
9,
disciples,
6,
12
12 disciples, 13
Well,
disciples.
like the 12 tribes of Israel. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Right. But only 10 commandments.
10 Commandments.
Yeah.
I'm sure
There's
we could
two
come
more.
up with
There's two more when you're Golden Idols. It's rock hard.
That's
and,
right. And be cute as hell.
Yeah.
Merchandise, all of his merchandise.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, so how did you guys come together? And are you from sort of a surf or a punk background, or is this just a concoction that sort of came out of you getting together? Well, I know you're from a punk background. We all know
I'm from
where
a
you're
punk background.
Yeah, so am I.
I think that's
Punk
where
and
pretty
metal.
much everyone starts from.
I'm actually super into surf, so.
Yeah, my dad listened to Dick Dale growing up, and I was like, oh man, this was the coolest song I've ever heard in my life. And that really got me into punk, actually, just listening to Dick Dale.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I had a cool little neighbor hooking me up with some NoFX and Propaganda albums
Propaganda,
and
yeah,
for sure.
Anti-Flag, and next thing you know, and then I had the heavy metal uncle, Sepultura, Megadeth, all that good stuff. And so, yeah, we got a little bit of metal. We got
do.
I mean, yeah,
influence.
I was primarily a jazz player before this, really, but that was more not on bass, on saxophone. So that's where a lot of my listening comes from.
Jewel and her
Jazz.
jazzy sax.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're band nerd, metalheads. It's all
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Well,
Yeah.
there's room for sax in the music you guys are doing. Are you going to?
There was.
There will be eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, there will be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Someday.
Well, yeah, you being the Dick Dale fan, of course. I hear it.
All right, everybody, beach party.
Right.
Yeah, I think the thing that I found difficult, as much as I love surf music, I find it to be sometimes a little inane in some ways, which is sort of a harsh criticism of the genre. But a lot of times you listen to surf music and they're primarily only concerned with two things: one, laying in the sun, and two, catching ripping waves. I've never been surfing in my life, and to be honest with you, I don't particularly want to go surfing. I'm sure it's great, but I go to the beach and I can hang out there for about 15 minutes before I get super bored.
15 minutes?
About 15 minutes.
I'm all about that.
Is that the name of your surfboard?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
No, super board.
Super bored.
Super bored.
Yeah.
It's like, I got 15 minutes before I pull out my super board and I'm good to go.
So we write surf music, but we don't write about things that have to do with surf, like the song Two Holes, for instance, which is very kind of surfy and a little
Kind of bossa nova.
bossa
Yeah.
nova-ish. And
Shoegazy.
a little shoegaze. Yeah, and the whole idea of that song came out of this. I had told myself I would never write a surf song about hanging at the beach. And then I was like, well, caveat, unless it's about scamming on girls in a really, really creepy way. So that those are the lyrics right there.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you need to
'Cause you don't need
explain
a beach for
the
that.
2 holes in the
No.
newspaper. That's
Yeah.
why it's super creepy.
That's what he says. Like, spent all summer hanging out at the beach, 2 holes in my newspaper, 2 holes. And so he's like watching the girls like through his newspaper. And he's trying to figure out which one he's gonna follow home that night to climb into a tree, and just like, fingers crossed she doesn't close her blinds too tightly. So he still gets a nice show. A little love from a distance. Yeah.
Feels a little self-conscious when some guy walks by and says, "Dude, you got 2 holes in your newspaper."
And we're like, I know.
You want to get on this action?
Yeah.
You can have the sports page.
I'm just tricking the newspaper.
Well, speaking of action, one thing about having a surf sound like you do is you get a lot of action in town, which is to say you guys play a lot. You've been playing several venues.
Yeah.
Because people like that. People will show up and hear it. And so what's next for you? I mean, obviously you've got your feet on the ground live. You have recorded?
Yes.
Okay, you've recorded. So where are you going? Where do you think you want to do next?
So we just finished an EP that we did with the same producer who did La Luz's first 2 albums, and he did an amazing job on it. We're really, really excited. We're gonna release that on August 2nd at Nectar Lounge. That's the plan. And in the meantime, we're doing a music video that we're going to be finishing up in July. Hopefully releasing that around the same time, and after we release the EP, we're doing the gigantic bicycle festival in the Snoqualmie in late August 22nd. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's making yourself more visible.
yes.
The video shot completely indoors, I assume.
No,
No beaches, no water.
no. There is
Mostly no.
us getting hit by a car. We'll be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do
Oh.
that inside.
Yeah.
Well, you
Oh.
could.
So you're not car surfing, you actually just get
No.
hit.
No, we get hit by a car.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you could do the surf thing.
There's no surfing involved. We get hit by a car, and then little kids replace us in our band, and it's gonna be friggin' adorable. So
It's true.
Nice.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Love that idea. All right, so people can find you most easily where? Bandcamp or Facebook?
We have a website, goldenidols.net. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the easiest place to find us, and from there you have the direct link to SoundCloud. We also have a Bandcamp, and then when we release the EP, it'll be available everywhere, basically.
Okay.
We post a fair amount on social media, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing.
Yeah, just Google Golden Idols and you'll find us eventually.
Good thing. Well, it's hard to describe how much fun that was listening to you guys up here. There's something about the combination of kind of being groovy and slow, and yet having a little bit of fire and flash underneath it. That's really charming. It draws you in, and anyone would definitely get their $8 worth if they saw you.
Thank you.
I think, and so we were glad to have you on the show, and
Thanks for
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great,
it's
you
so
know?
fun.
really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And just seeing all the gear down here is amazing, you know? I think Charles
just this
is-
thing right here, the RCA. Yeah, it's
that we have to keep our distance from.
Right.
It's okay.
Whoa, sorry.
Someday, dear viewers, we will give you a camera tour
yeah.
of this facility, we'll call it. Which
Yeah,
has
I mean, it's a
amazing-
real treat.
Has amazing gear, and for now, we're going to sign off. Plastic Jet Airline on June 12th, 2015. We'll see you back here in, why don't I even know this when I get up here? Give it to me. Give me hand signs if you need to. July 7th. We'll be back on the air with 2 or 3 more excellent acts that you've become used to. So until then, Plastic Jet Airlines signing off with Golden Idols.